Has anyone else noticed the decline in people having hobbies recently? Like, I'll go to group meetings or I'll go out on dates through dating apps and I'll be asking people, hey, what do you like to do for fun outside work? And I get answers like, oh, I just like to go to bed or I like to sleep early or I just like to scroll social media and unwind that way. What happened to hobbies like, oh, going to the gym, running, reading, all that jazz? What about art, creating? You don't see that as much. And I think a lot of it is due to social media and the algorithm being optimized and consuming our lives more than ever nowadays. But I just think it's important that even though all of these things exist in our lives, we still find time to have hobbies that fulfill us. So here are four hobbies that I picked up in my 20s that I absolutely love. Number one, fitness. This encompasses a lot of things that I do love. This is by far my favorite of them. Fitness, more specifically running, is my number one favorite thing ever. If you're new to the channel, I have a plethora of running videos and why you should run and races I've done. And it's just my favorite thing to talk about and do. I also love to bike and go to the gym. Those are my big three pillars of fitness that I have. It makes me feel better. It has something for me to work on. It lets me see progress. It lets me see that I'm getting better at stuff. VO2 max is improving. Mile time is improving. 10-mile time is improving. Everything's improving. I bench. I just love seeing more weight, better times. I love seeing progress somewhere. And I feel like fitness is equipped for you to just see progress. Because when you do something enough, you just get better. And it's nice. And I love it. So your endorphins go crazy. And believe it or not, it may be tough to start at first, especially if you're not in the routine of doing much exercise. You'll feel tired. But once you get over the hump, doing exercise and being fit, it gives you bountiful, I'm not sure if that's the right word. I'm going to double down. Bountiful amount of energy, and you will feel great. And I think something that's slept on is it gives you solitude for yourself to think and decompress, because I know especially on my morning runs, first thing in the morning, I wake up at like 5:30. I'm out on the street by 5:45, 6 o'clock. I'm alone. It's dark outside. I'm not even listening to music at this time. I'm just in solitude for myself, and I'm just thinking about like the day ahead, decompressing, and working through my thoughts, and I absolutely adore and love it. So one hobby you should pick up, if you haven't already, is find something fitness related that just makes you happy. Number two, hobbies I picked up on. Brain games slash teasers. This is another umbrella type thing because I'm going to talk about a few brain games and teasers that I absolutely love, that I do nearly every day or pretty frequently. It might not be quite every day. So, one of my greatest fears in life is dementia. Whether that happened to me next year, this year, or 55 years from now. I'm terrified of thinking I'm going to live my life and at the end of it, forget who I am and who the people I love are around me. It scares me. So one of the best ways to fight it is not only being healthy physically, but being healthy mentally. So brain games and teasers are something I really try to prioritize in my life. And in doing so, one of my favorite brain teasers I found is chess. And I know it might sound weird to say that's a brain teaser. It might be better classified as a game or board game or something along those lines. But chess is by far my favorite thing that gets me thinking. It literally takes me out of this world I'm living in right now, puts me so into my mind and in my thoughts, and then I'm just like in flow state. I don't think of anything else. I'm stuck thinking about chess and what move to make. And obviously, this is very niche and this might not be your thing, but I'm encouraging you to find a thought provoking game, whether it be chess, crosswords, Sudoku, words, something that you love along those lines, because believe me, they keep you sharp. I've had many remarks about my memory being good or my recall being decent. And I think a lot of that is due to me prioritizing brain teasers and brain games and playing chess. Maybe not, but what do I know? I'm only 27. So, anyways, another one of those games is the Rubik's Cube. And I know this is going to be very nerdy and probably low-key autistic, but Rubik's Cubes are an incredible party trick, believe it or not. Like, I have been chilling with the homies and just bust out the Rubik's Cube and they're like, dude, you know how to solve this? I'm like, yeah, freaking mess it up for me and I'll solve it. And they think it's like literal magic when I solve it. But learning how to do a Rubik's Cube and getting familiar with that pattern recognition and memorizing those algorithms, it can't be harmful to you, is what I'm saying. So just give it a whirl, try it out. You might not like it. It's super, super niche, so it is what it is. And last but not least, puzzles. I think puzzles are slept on. I feel like puzzles are kind of portrayed as an old person thing, but your boy loves puzzles. I'll do 500 piece, 1,000 piece, 750. I'll do all the big puzzles, and I absolutely love it. And they are perfect because you can puzzle glue them, and then they're literal decoration for you afterward. Like in my apartment right now, I have 3 or 4 puzzles just puzzle glued together and put in a frame as decoration, and I think it looks cool. Next hobby I would recommend that you give a whirl or try is journaling. I was reintroduced into journaling around COVID times. I've been keeping a journal since I was 16 years old, but I kind of fell off the wagon between the years of 18 to 21. And then once COVID hit and we all thought we were going to die, I was like, let me write these thoughts down. And I started journaling a lot more regularly. And it helped me a lot. It helps organize and process your thoughts. It tracks your growth and trends in your life. It's really cool to go back to the time in my life that was really, really hard. Most notably being like my big breakup, or what I call my big breakup, when I was 23, 24 years old. And seeing the type of person I was writing as, and now flash forwarding 4 years later, the person that I am now. It's almost unrecognizable, and it's really cool to just see the growth in between the pages. Plus, I think the idea of creating your own autobiography is just cool. I don't know if it is cool. I don't know if other people will find it cool, but like, why not? You're writing your own story. You're writing your own life. And think about it, right? Like, what did you do 6 months ago? I'm sure you might be able to think of something, but it's hard to think of everyday life after months have gone by, after years have gone by. Journaling keeps a record of what you thought was important at that time, so that when you go back and read about it, you can be like, wow, I remember that. So almost in a way, journaling feels like it gives me permission to stop thinking about current events that was going on in my head. So if I just had a trip or I just did a big milestone, I'll write about it, and then my brain feels like an exhale of fresh air, and I can start filling it up with new stuff because I know it's documented away somewhere else. So number 4 of the really cool hobby that I picked up on is reading and learning. Initially, it just started as reading because after my messy breakup, I remember vividly feeling like I had much more free time because that relationship basically consumed me, basically made me who I was. I'm not saying that it's good. In fact, I think that's really bad. That's codependent. So once that ended, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what to do in my free time. All I knew was like, this reality sucks. Let me escape from it. So at first, reading was a way to escape my reality, but it later grew to be an opportunity to be a student of whatever interested me at that time. Because once I got a few months removed from the relationship, heck, I'm not even going to lie, maybe even like a year removed, I was finally able to focus and be like, what's really mattering right now? And I started reading books about financial management. I started reading books about psychology, stuff that truly interested me. And it became a learning opportunity for me. I don't think every book needs to be a place for you to learn, because I think reading can just be complete leisure for you as well. I'm currently going through the Harry Potter series now. But reading is so good for your brain, so good to help you focus and keep your attention span intact, that it's one of these hobbies that I just had to put down and that I really, really love that I picked up on. So those are the 4. We got fitness, brain teasers and brain games, journaling, and then reading and learning. So the bottom line is stay improving, strive for better, have respect for where you came from and where you are right now. Like, don't be like, oh, I constantly have to get better. Like, you can chill, you can take a chill pill, relax sometimes, but like, keep that ambition under you and keep going, because you don't want to be that person that shows up to meet new people, shows up on a date, and you're saying, I doom scroll. I just can't wait to go to bed. That's boring. Don't be boring.